People who posted the story on Reddit and the person in said story found it. How did it go? Deleted. I'm glad the ex-stepdad said something. It's like he knows she was going to be a POS. Nothing crazy, but someone posted in r about a cat that walked with them to the bus stop. I go through the comments and saw someone else was talking about their pet cat and how she would walk her little sister to the bus stop. I was going to share a similar story that I grew up with a cat too that would walk me the school bus, then I looked at the username and noticed it was my sister's nickname. We just had some good laughs about the odds of finding each other. Edit. Here's the post: https://www.reddit.com/r/comments/64ye3k/ This is James Manabascather follows me /dg68nzk/. Here for this wholesome content. I have many stories, but the one I tell the most is the story of how I became a paraplegic. I won't retell it here because it is sort of lengthy and kind of gut-wrenching. Needless to say, I wasn't always handicapped. It was a vehicular accident. Turns out the guy that hit me uses Reddit. He's a cross-country semi-truck driver who I assume is now swamped with work thanks to the coronavirus. We kept in contact after my accident. He would check in on me at the hospital for the long stay I had and would regularly call me after I finally returned home. Somehow he must have lost his phone or broke it without syncing contacts through Google, because when I called him on Thanksgiving last year it went to a different person who had no clue who I was. I felt bad because we had kind of become pen pals over the years. Well, I told my story on some subreddit a while ago. More of a watered down version, but essentially my story. I was direct messaged by someone here asking if I lived in such and such town, had a wife named wife's name, and if my name was Dudamo. Whoever it was had all that info, and I'm a pretty private person. Not even my wife knows my Reddit username, but she doesn't use Reddit. So I responded with, "Who is this?" I got a response back that made me grin from ear to ear because it's an inside joke between us. It said, "Tag. You're it. Call me sometime. XXXXXX4X. I got my old pal back because I put my story up on Reddit. Edit. Stop being shy, Tony. If you can text me that you saw this, you can at least say hi to everyone. Second edit. Tony won't say hi because he sucks. That's right, Tony. You suck. Told you I did picture it. https://i.imager.com/onpx12f.jpg. I just have to tell you that your comment made me smile, and I want to say how amazing it is that you befriended the person who hit you. That takes some real maturity and I applaud you. I was giving someone anonymous career advice on Reddit, and the corporate office of company that I worked DM'd me and basically told me to stop. They saw my post and basically internet stalked me until they figured out who I was. They said they knew my identity in their DM. It was a super 1984 moment for me. In what context would your employer care that you were giving career advice to someone? I have a friend who handled social media for a popular video game company. She found a series of Reddit posts by someone claiming to work for customer service at the company. They were promising to escalate individual complaint tickets, and other karma whoring stuff. My friend was tasked with going through the person's comment history so they could figure out which employee was fucking around. Their comment history was regretful, and full of explicit descriptions of their sexual history, as well as unflattering fitness progress photos. My friend then had to go and sit this person down and tell them their profile had been found, and to please stop writing comments in her capacity as an employee at the company. I would have died. Deleted. 7 years. God, that's creepy. What kind of stuff did he write? A bit indirect, but outcome was life-changing. I made a post about dating a coworker, now current partner, on a forum for stepparents. He has a child, I do not. Then, a few months later I posted on r/arsehole about something unrelated and the post blew up. My other coworker found the AITA post, and the post about dating a guy with a son, and told my partner and my boss. My partner was okay with it, although mildly upset that I didn't bring my concerns to him originally, but my boss told me that while dating a coworker wasn't prohibited or wrong, but it would negatively impact my career. My partner was told congratulations, and got a promotion shortly after. I was demoted. It did negatively impact my career. Thanks, Dan and Amp, Sean. Y'all suck. My partner and Amp, I both quit a few months later. First of all, anyone who spells Sean like that automatically becomes an asshole. Like WTF even. My partner was told congratulations, and got a promotion shortly after. I watched someone get fired and blackballed a few months after doing something like that. Any chance this was a Fortune 100 computer company? Well, I posted a homework question to an obscure subreddit. The only reply was a link to my class course page. That one as well as expected. F. Not exactly a story, but I posted a picture of a cat from my college campus. Someone from the same college identified the cat, we met a week later, and became really good friends. How did the cat react? A few years ago I made a comment on a post about families on the day before Thanksgiving where I mentioned that one of my cousins stabbed his mother to death. My son, whose screen name I didn't know, replied, "Tell them about the cousin who killed a prostitute." A stranger popped in and asked, "How many of your family are here?" To which my son replied, "I dunno, we'll find out tomorrow at Thanksgiving." So how did Thanksgiving go? How did Thanksgiving go? I bet a lot of eyes were kept on the carving knife. Found my ex's profile. He wrote about sorting out feelings with a friend, not me, that he always liked. They always had a Ross/Rachel quality to them, but reading his posts made so much sense. Were they on a break? My sister posted about her abusive ex and he saw it, but the thing is it wasn't trending, so the only way he could see it was if he went to her profile and found it. Then instead of sorting it out himself, he had his mother call her and ask her to stop embarrassing her poor boy. That seems about right for an abusive ex. Once they don't have a hold over you, they are completely powerless and need someone else to step in and fight their battles. I was leaving my ex, and as he was throwing my things out of the 2-floor window onto my dad's truck, $5,000 in damages, he threatened to shoot my dad. His mother was there and I called 911 again so they would change the call to lights and sirens and freaking get there. His mother told me to stop being dramatic. He had locked himself in the house with multiple firearms and was losing his shit. He assaulted an officer and they had to taser him. Told a story about a guy the first knew in high school that I hadn't spoken to in a few years. He saw it, reached out to me, we talked about how we were mutually attracted to each other in high school. He was broken up with his long-term girlfriend, so we hooked up once and then he went back to her toxic crap again. Oh well, I got to scratch that itch. He still has my copy of a book that a friend of mine put a handwritten note on the front page of, though. I've offered to send him a new copy of his choosing and pay for shipping if he'll send it back, but he ghosted me. Maybe he'll see this post too and send me good omens. I, too, am owed a book by someone from the past. You reading this, Melissa? Where's my goddamn copy of A Clockwork Orange? I once posted on AskReddit about how I worked for a game company on a localization and how I wasn't paid fully. I went into great detail about what I exactly worked on and which company it was, smaller indie company. My post got taken down for some bullshit reason after a few hours, and coincidentally I was contacted by the company through Skype on the same day, after not hearing from them for quite a while, and got my full pay. I gave them information about my colleague who also didn't get his full pay and he got paid fully too, which was good money for him since he lives in Poland. Edit. Since this unexpectedly blew up, I wanted to clarify that I am not saying that the company got the post pulled from Reddit. There is zero evidence for them being involved in that. I asked them personally about the payment before posting anything online and even waited for quite a while. I wasn't even expecting the remaining payment since a few months had already passed, it just suddenly came as a nice surprise. They might have had a Google alert on their company name. That is amazing. I found that a friend of mine posted about me on Am I the Arsehole? He is a really close friend of mine and I forgot to wish him on his birthday for the second time. He got a little angry, didn't say that to me though. He still doesn't know that I know. I felt awful about forgetting it. I was in that phase that I had no clue what day or date it is. But I will make it a point to not disappoint him in future. I have a poor memory, so I put important dates on my phone calendar with a lot of reminders. It helps me a lot, so I'd consider it worth a try. Not my post, but still a good story. I saw a trending post on some relationship sub about a guy whose stepfather was abusing his sister. I didn't give it much attention at the time. The story went on and on until the abuser got arrested or something, because some random guy called the cops on him or something. Weird story. Long story short, Op was my younger brother's internet friend from the other side of the world, and it was my brother who somehow managed to anonymously get the guy arrested. Can anything make you prouder than your siblings getting a Florida man arrested? Of course it was Florida man. Vented about a friend. Said friend had apparently been snooping my Reddit account. She has a long history of going through people's devices to snoop and find info. I hadn't given her my Reddit account. She decided based on that post to ghost me. I reached out a couple times and then she blew up at me and said all kinds of awful things. But honestly, good riddance. She used to tell me about snooping on her husband and other people. That stuff always made me uncomfortable, but I tried to be supportive because we'd been friends for so long and she always had some kind of justification. But she has always been surrounded by drama and conflict, and we had had a falling out before. I should have known it would come around to me again. I've had a similar experience. A friend who I knew dropped people for no reason out of the blue. Then one day she dropped me and the rest of our mutual friends out of the blue and hasn't talked to us since. I don't know why any of us was surprised. But like you said, good riddance. These people don't deserve our time. If they want to fuck off with their toxicity, let them. Also, if Gwen reads this, your writing is terrible and your music taste is even worse. I had another throwaway account where I posted stories about my mill. One weekend when visiting her, she started repeating things almost verbatim from the comments and stories. I think it was just a power play to let me know she had found the stories. I played it cool, pretended I didn't recognize anything she was saying, and then promptly deleted the account, started a new one and changed the easily guessable "if you know me" password on my phone. It didn't make her stop her shitty behavior. But now that she knows I am onto her manipulation tactics, she tries to be sneakier about them and work harder to get my husband on her side. Shoulder shrug. Missed opportunity. If you were suspicious that she knew your throwaway account's username and she was keeping that from you, you could have fucked with her to no end in so many ways. Either the Robert Barone technique, where he knew his mom read his diary, so he did nothing but talk about how much he loved her and how great her cooking was to gain brownie points. This is as opposed to Ray, who used his diary to record his dick size. You could have also tricked her into thinking you were up to no good, wait for her to act on her suspicions only to find nothing, making her realize that it wasn't your account all along and that she's paranoid. So many things. It was not great, but not terrible. Posted in our relationship advice maybe a year ago about how I'd been out of town and let my little sister house sit. Upon returning, it was extremely evident that she had sex with someone in my bed while I was away. Just nasty, nasty stuff. I arrived home late at night to disgusting sheets and my bed pulled back from the wall. Not great. Well, I sent her some texts to express my dissatisfaction, so she promptly freaked out and also posted to Reddit. Some people connected the two, and theorized that she posted hoping I'd see it and take pity, which I too believe. Downside is that we know each other's account names now. Upside is that we got through it. Not terrible. Did she have a good excuse for why your bed was the best choice for her activities? I posted a story about a smear and terror campaign against a reporter by the Church of Scientology in our Today I Learned. The reporter in said case saw the post and responded talking more about it, giving some great insight into the ordeal. The Church of Scientology saw it too, I bet, but have yet to respond. And AMP, #X200B, edit. Link. https://www.reddit.com/r/todayIlearned/comments/strict/till the Church of Scientology carried out _ The Church of Scientology saw it too, I bet, but have yet to respond. I don't think they have seen it yet, since you are still alive and posting. S. I had made an entitled parent post and the EP's son found it and showed it to his mommy. She then came knocking on my door, asking me to take it down. My Reddit username was my IRL name. I told her that I couldn't do that and she threatened to report me to police for putting her in something she did give consent to. I told her it didn't matter because no real names or location were mentioned. She stormed off in a hurry. I never to this day have dealt with her again. I would have said, okay, go do that. This way she'd have to humiliate herself. She'd go to the cops, they'd have to read the story, they'd laugh, tell her she can't do shit, and laugh some more. Not exactly me and AMP, kinda opposite. But I broke up with my boyfriend after I finally stopped ignoring my feelings that there was a reason my boyfriend was emotionally unavailable. I saw his deleted Reddit post a week after asking relationship advice if he should text his ex from 3 years ago because he just realized he'll never love someone the way he did her. That was pretty fucked up to read but also relieving. But you know what they say, don't go looking for things you don't wanna find. Edit. Words. That must have been fucking brutal. But at least you know you made the right decision. Gut feelings are often so accurate. It received a very positive reaction from the person being described in the account. The post concerned a homeless man that I helped get a job and a new beginning on life. Every detail matched, so he figured out the rest from there and was glad that his story might give some degree of hope to others. First reply: that is not a horror story. What does that say about Reddit, I wonder?